Global #1, by the way. I forgot to say that the entire video, but I'll show you right here on the leaderboard. We have made the push, guys. Chicken here, bring you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be showing Mega Turtle stages 20 to 30. So let's just go ahead and get right on into it. So we actually showed stages 20 and 21 in the live stream we did, so we're just going to go ahead and start with stage 22. That's also all I have left on the replay log. So stages 20 to 30, what has been working, Chicken? It's been a lot of Scorcher Tank and a lot of Private Bullet. I'm finding Private Bullet works fantastic for Mega Crab so far, guys. If you haven't leveled him up, I would put a couple levels into him with the gold for sure, and then try to upgrade the taunt ability. So basically, for stage 22 here, we have the stun shock ability, and it's actually been working really well. You see right there was a boom cannon, a shock launcher, and another boom cannon that were kind of out of range of each other, and I didn't want to waste shocks on them. So I was able to spend my free GBE on this shock blaster, get that out of the way, and then I let the Scorchers and Tanks go forward, and then I bring them back. They go forward, I bring them back. So there is a couple bugs, I guess, that we should let you know about. For the Cryo Bomb gunboat ability, when you throw it out, it only clears mines. It doesn't actually slow down the defenses, which kind of sucks, and we kind of learned that the hard way here a few times. But that's okay. It's nothing game-breaking. It's, honestly, slowing defenses versus clearing like 50 mines in a huge radius. I'll take the mines all day. So I'm kind of glad that it worked out that way. Now, this attack got very close at the end here, guys. You see we had Bullet up, and thankfully the shield wasn't that hefty, but we were able to blast through it with the tanks. Bullet was able to stay up there a little bit longer and help us out with that. So that was stage 22. Pretty easy overall. I mean, if you're a max level, if you're boosting, you're going to be able to just kind of power through it. I'm finding a lot of the stages are able to just be, you can just kind of tank right through them, which is really nice. Makes it a little bit easier to start. So the real cryo bombs, though, that are on the bases, of course, they actually work properly. So you see right here, we have the remote hack ability, so it's just the same as Everspark's hack, but we can use it as a gunboat ability. And you see I hack the Doom Cannon, takes out the shock launcher for me, and then we're able to just kind of move up, taunt with Bullet, clear, keep everything somewhat off of the Scorchers. We got a ton of critters here on the left side, and that was actually all the shield gens on the base, I believe. We're also on the left side, so we got all those with critters, and yeah, so the way this base was set up, it was actually really easy for Scorcher Tank, even though it didn't look like it necessarily because there was a bunch of boom cannons and doom cannons and stuff. So from here out, we start going up ahead and clearing up the base. You see I'm working on stuff that I'm not going to run into. I'm not worried about things that are right in front of my troops because they're going to take them out. I'm more worried about this stuff here at the back, the shock launchers, the boom cannons, the stuff that I'm going to have to get through the Mega Core to actually hit. So it's important to use your extra GBE on things that your troops aren't going to take down on their way there anyways. So this base didn't have that much health either. The shields are all over the place. I'm finding some shields are like 400k, and then some shields are like, I've already seen over 2 million, which is pretty crazy. So there's stage 23. We were able to do that one attack. Now here's the first chicken fail, guys. The first chicken fail of the Mega Turtle. We'll go through this one fast because it took a very long time to get through. So we went with 3-5 Scorcher Tank. Now I don't know if this was the best way to do it. Maybe 4-4 Scorcher Tank would have been a little bit better, but I was looking at it and looking at it and looking at it, and I could not figure out a good way to hit this. But now I'm looking at this here. Maybe using more gunboat energy and going with Rifle Cryozuka Medic might be okay, but there's still a lot of mortars up at the top. There's a lot of rockets. It's just a tough layout. Sure, you could smoke around with Heavy Zuka, but I didn't want to risk it on stage 24 and then not be able to even get to stage 30. So that was my reasoning there. We played it safe, which, I mean, you kind of have to do sometimes on the Mega Turtle, the Mega Crab. So yeah, there was the first attack. I wasn't too upset about that. I mean, I could have gone for the hero attack and then maybe been able to finish it out, but it would have been really risky because, like, it's deceiving sometimes. Like, even though it's really easy to smoke Zukas up and around these walls, it costs a lot of gunboat energy, especially if you have to take out mines. Like, if you're on a base like this and maybe you have the cryo bomb ability and you can get rid of all the mines in one walk for really cheap, then maybe that's a good way to go. But for the early stages, I'm just going to play it safe. We're going to save the hero hits for later. So there's stage 24. Nothing too crazy. I think 2 hits would be pretty standard for most people. So stage 24 or 5, whatever this one is, this was the first time we brought out the heavy Zukas, guys, and there was only 1 million HP on the shield. I probably could have done it with Scorcher Tank, but I felt like we had to start practicing the real crab hits. So this is typically how the Mega Turtle, this is gonna be the bulk of your hits from like stages 30 and beyond, I feel like. So we got the heavies and Zukas coming up, and with the Gunboat Energy Tribe, we didn't even have to worry about how many smokes we were using. I get them back here. And I actually flared a little bit early. I lost track of the Zukas, where they were going. And then you see I just shock everything, basically. So I shock the mortars, the shock launcher, the flamethrower, the machine guns. Not worried about hitting my own troops. Just make sure that we get all that splash damage off us. We did have the ice shield as well. And I noticed that it actually took quite a bit of time for the ice shield to get up where I needed it to be. Because it felt like it was instant before, but that's just because I was throwing it out on the beach. So it does take a little bit of time. So make sure if you're going to use the ice shield that you plan it properly. So we were able to clear out everything behind the core here, and from there it was pretty straightforward. The heavies were able to sit in front. We had a good pocket of Zukas protected by the heavies, and we were able to get the solo there with heavies and Zukas. So yeah, so moving on to stage 26. And it's starting to get tough at this point. You can't just throw Scorchers and tanks down and hope for the best. So we'll play this in 4 speed, just to show you. Because I mean, basically, we're just clearing. We're using critters. We're using the gunboat energy. We're shocking the doom cannons. We're trying to get Private Bullet's taunt up and ahead. I am having a bit of trouble with the Scorchers going ahead of Private Bullet, as you can see right there. And I'm taunting, and then I'm not taunting all the defenses that I want because I'm trying to distract everything too early. So make sure Bullet is in front of everyone. Try putting him down on the beach a little bit earlier if you can. But you see right here, we're able to just absolutely power right through stage 26, guys. So easy stuff there. And then stage 27 was our next dropped attack. Now this one was nasty, man. Like, this was just the health on the shield wasn't that crazy. I think it was I forget exactly. I think it was definitely over 1 million. I think it was 2 million, if I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, this layout was just really gross. I was looking at it and looking at it and looking at it. I was thinking heavy Zuka, but the way the rockets were spaced out, I couldn't really find a good way to get all the to get all my troops protected. So I figured I'd play it safe again and just go for a massive kind of clearing attack. And you see, we're just we're taunting. I'm trying to get the critters to take the boom cannon fire for us, but they're going down to the rocket launchers because they're too spread out. We're trying not to get hit with the cryo bombs. We're basically just trying to taunt our way through these bases, and it didn't work out really well. I will show you this right here. So this was huge. I flared onto the cryo bomb right here because everything was grouped up, and I really needed my troops to get out of the way, and I knew that the cryo bomb was going to go down almost instantly, and that would get my Scorcher up to it fast, freeze the Scorcher in place, and then allow all my tanks to sit there. And then this was kind of heartbreaking here, guys. Like, look at how friggin' close we get to taking this base down in a solo. So I think this is probably the way to attack it. I don't know what the answer is for what I did wrong necessarily. It's kind of tough to say. Maybe if you can go all the way around and somehow keep Private Bullet or one of your Scorchers alive, and then kind of flare back to where I am now, just with like with 4 rocket launchers and a mortar all pecking away at us, it was just too much damage to take. So maybe even just another troop health would have been the answer, guys. But yeah, there's stage 27, and then we just barraged artillery to the core there to finish that one off. So stage 28, I think we managed the solo here. So I was really thinking about heavy Zuka for this one because I've seen these bases before on the Mega Crab. Usually if you get your Zukas in this area here on the left behind the core, it's usually fine, but I was just looking at all the stuff at the front here, and I knew I was going to be able to farm up a ton of GBE. So by the time I was up here on the right, I had about 236 GBE, so I could just keep continuously shocking all the boom cannons. Basically, I'm rotating between shocks, taunts, and critters, and that's basically all you have to do for this stage, because there's so much free GBE if you're going to use armored units, especially with a bit of a boost, that you're not going to have any problems going through and taking that down. So there's stage 28, guys. Stage 29, I'll show you the first hit. I'm not sure the best way to attack this one. This was just kind of a very strange layout that I wasn't too familiar with. Looking back on it now, probably would have been better to get heavy Zukas in the back, just because there's so many like really well spaced out shock launchers that it was just kind of tough to manage my GB efficiently where I'm shocking the right defenses. My troops were just kind of, it was tough to keep them where I wanted them. They were kind of going out all over the place and getting hit by too many shock launchers, and then there was too many cannons and stuff that were able to peck away at them. No pun intended. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest attack, but I mean, we played it safe. I got 4-4 Heavy Zuka loaded up, and we're going to dive on into a second, and we should be able to clear this up without too many problems. So we have the Crystal Critters on this stage here, guys. So let's go ahead. Let's dive on into stage 29. We'll do a live hit for you here and see what we can get done. So I'm going to take out this first, and then all we're going to have to really do at this point is just kind of shock and just clear a little bit around the HQ. So we'll go up this way first. Those rockets shouldn't be in range for a while, so we should be okay there. We'll go up this way, and then we'll just give you a preview of stage 30 before we sign off, guys. So definitely let me know down below in the comments how you're making out on the crabs so far. Having a lot of fun for sure. I'm really liking having the GBE abilities. I think it's kind of I think it's good. I think it's good. I wasn't 100% on it at first, but I'm thinking now that it's actually a pretty interesting take on the Mega Turtle for sure. So look at this, guys. We got the battle orders, and it looks like we have the speed serum as well, even though we don't technically. But all right, so we're gonna blast through the shield in stage 29. We'll give you a preview on stage 30, and then that is going to wrap it up for this next Mega Turtle video, guys. So. Big shout out to Shrapnels. Thank you for the nice comments, my man. And yeah, let's see what we got for stage 30, guys, before we sign off. We are global #1, by the way. I forgot to say that the entire video, but I'll show you right here on the leaderboard. We have made the push, guys. We are 10 stages ahead of the next guy. We got Zemont a couple stages below us on his HQ 18, 16, 17 account, something like that. So here's stage 30, guys. Tough to say what's going to be the best way to do it. I'm looking at it now. I'm thinking maybe Heavy Zoom to the back. So that's going to wrap it up for the Mega Turtle video today, guys. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. We'll see you later tonight with some more Mega Turtle stuff. Tune in this weekend. Make sure to subscribe for all the Mega Turtle stuff that you want to see. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Chicken out.